This is Boxing Tickets NI. We are into a new year, 2025. Delighted to join, obviously, with our first guest of the year, probably one of the most standout performances, probably of 2024, Ruadhan Farrell. I know we obviously spoke, obviously, after your Irish title fight, but I guess when you sort of have a time now, even a couple of months since, you sort of
Yeah,
look back on things. It's best year of your
yeah,
boxing
it's
life.
been best year of boxing. I got offered opportunities and I worked hard and took them opportunities. And when you work hard, you can achieve anything. Like, and I'm living proof of that. Like, I wasn't yourself. I wasn't an amateur or standout or anything. I just worked hard in the gym and it proved in 2024 that if you listen to anyone who's and take opportunities, it pays off.
I guess, like, if you look back 12 months, obviously your draw with obviously Gerard Hughes in the SSE arena, and obviously everybody's opinions was you were the winner. Like at
Yeah,
that stage there, you were probably maybe at your lowest in boxing because obviously, it didn't go your way and what you believed you were the winner and everything else. But like they think, when you look forward, obviously to now and you sort of
yeah.
going like how things have transpired, I
I
guess the person that put me were happy to go straight back into another domestic fight. And, you've excelled. Obviously, your first fight with obviously Connor in the Ulster
yeah,
Hall is nominated for Fight of the Year.
yeah. It was
Obviously,
happy.
the rematch in the SSE Arena as well. Like,
Sorry,
you
mate.
probably
Sorry.
couldn't ask for
Yeah.
things to be much better for you.
It was a great year, to be honest. So it was. It was an unbelievable year. Just from that draw, I think against Gerard Hughes, like I believe from that everything happens for a reason, and that just didn't go my way for a reason. And again, I got rewarded got offered the fight Conor Kerr, we both took it, and I won obviously. So again, I got rewarded again. I might have been disappointed and it was at my lowest, but again, like 10 to 12 weeks later, I was rewarded with a Celtic title. So I was at my lowest, and then 10 weeks later, I was back to highest point I was in boxing. It was the best night ever lived in boxing, winning that first title.
Like you obviously, I know we spoke about it, on your post fight sort of thing. Like you
Yeah,
finally have a win at the SSE Arena now as well. Like that's the biggest venue we have
yeah,
here. You can obviously say, but you've been on the TV card and everything else. To got like you obviously must be in an extreme high at the minute, really.
yeah. I'm buzzing. Like I could probably retire happy now. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, it's not about. Obviously, I need money to keep my young family and keep a house going. But for me, it's not for money. Like I always just want to prove a point that if you work hard and you just stay with it. You know, like I was told so many times that you will not be a professional boxer. It's a no go. Do you know what I mean? Get a job, be a painter, do what your it's family trade. You know what I mean? Get out and work and earn a few quid. But no, I stuck with it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm getting somewhere. So I'm at the highest point of boxing where I can retire happy now. I like have two tails sitting down there. I have a young daughter and I have a wife. But I'm destined for greatness now. Like
It's one of them, like you can't just rest on it, and obviously,
yeah.
a lot of people would say you've probably already overachieved in their opinions, but do you like it's just a case now you reset your goals? Like where do you sort of now start to set your vision for
So
2025? Like where do
just
you want to sort of look towards titles now?
it'd be good to get another a fight announced here soon to maybe push on, maybe an 8 or 10. But I want a headline in Gerwood in the summer if it's the only place it can. Because again, I want a headline in the heart of my community. Like I want to bring back boxing to North Belfast where my fans don't have to pay taxis or we all don't have to get buses or let them walk from their houses to Gerwood and let me headline defend my Irish title whoever it may be against and just give me that moment. But for me, I still need to learn. Like I'm only 24 years young and I've took the domestic dust ups, I've fought undefeated fighters and I need to learn. Like I need a couple of learning fights and maybe go defend the Irish, move on to the Commonwealth. Just I need to keep my 2 feet on the ground, just keep learning every day. That's what for me about. I mean, I'm still every day is a school day, as you know, in boxing. But I just want to keep learning and just getting better. Don't want to rush anything because I don't want to be retired or punched stupid by. I'm 26, but of all these domestic dust ups, because everyone knows I'm not going to say no to a fight. I'm a boxer. No boxer is ever going to say no. But I just think and I need a couple learning fights and still making silly mistakes and I shouldn't be making. But time will come and I'll get better each fight.
Like when you sort of look back, from probably from what you were as an amateur to obviously what you are as a professional, like you've went through so many boundaries, and I guess probably a lot of that's probably down to having a stable relationship now with Terry. Obviously,
Yeah.
someone that believes in you, someone that obviously pushes you on to greatness. Like has obviously young boy Jacks as well. Like he looks up to
Yeah,
you as an idol in the
yeah,
same
that
way
kid.
probably he looks up to Anto, and I know you look up to Anto and stuff a whole lot as
Yeah,
well.
we all
Like
look. There's always someone else like above each other. Like if Jax looks up to me and Anto, and then I look up to Anto, and then obviously Anto looks up to someone. We all have a role model we look up to every day. Do you know what I mean? We want to be that person. So like we Jax and me and we're all favours. We're all good people, and we're always around good people, and we're always learning of each other, helping each other out. So like we'll have a really good stable. And we Carlos Pera, who's joined the stable last year. He hasn't really had the luck of things with a hand injury, and also hopefully he this year he gets to make his debut, make a mark in the scene too, because he's trained as obviously his arse off, and he was meant to make a debut maybe last year, but he torn his bicep or something in his arm, so be good for him to get his debut because he's always in the gym. He's pushing everyone on. He's always sending positive like videos to the group chats, and he's always egging us on. He's not even in the gym, so always to have that kind of fame from people around boxing is unbelievable. Like,
since obviously I know I put out something a couple of weeks ago, obviously on fights people want to see in
yeah,
2025. Like what way do you sort of take it when everybody's sort of mentioning obviously you and Matty Boreland, you and Paul Loonan, you with every sort of other super bantamweight in Ireland, like, and I know
yeah, they're all
you're sort of happy to take them all, but
nice.
at this stage for you, it's about what works money wise.
Yeah, it definitely like you know yourself. I've took four domestic dust ups. I know there's not big money to be won, but you're coming home skint. Well, not coming home skint, but 2 3 weeks later, and the money's gone. You're like, I need another fight, or she's saying to me, we need the lactic covered, or the oil needs covered, or we need that because she doesn't work. She mains a child 24/7 while I'm training or while I'm away, so she kind of like get the child mended or anything. But my mummy works and her mummy's always on the go too, so it's a hard out. If the money's right, I'd fight all of them this year. Like to be honest, because look how many shows there was last year. But all them fights deserve to be either maybe on a big show where there's TV rights because they're domestic dust up. There's no point having them kind of fights behind closed doors with fans. Just you need the TV coverage for them type of fights that makes the fight bigger. So if the money's right, I'm the man. As I say, I'll never shy away from a fight. I haven't yet, but the money's got to be right now. Like I've earned my stripes as a Celtic and Irish champion, so everything has to be suited for me more than Emmons. But they want what I have. They want what I have.
There's only two obviously current Irish fighters, at the moment.
Yeah,
Obviously, I know Colin Murphy's done it in the past, but he's sort of been past that stage. There's obviously
yeah,
you obviously in the north and Senan in the south. Like these are the two standout, obviously domestic fighters, but these are both in a similar wavelength where you're going, let's get me money fights now. Like it's
yeah.
sort of stage where I know you're saying you're happy to fight all these domestic fights, but you nearly sort of have to look past that onto the bigger platforms, maybe taking a risk as an away fighter, sort of, to get
You,
these bigger money
you
fights.
might have to because again, like I'm talking with a fight at the minute, and I was offered the headline against someone else, maybe in the Dabneys, and the fight I'm getting offered now. It's a fight worth wait, and I'm merely getting probably close to that money than headline in West Belfast. Do you know what I mean? So it all doesn't make sense for me. I mean, if I have to go on past that, it makes sense. But there's no point winning titles if you're not going to defend them. Do you know what I mean? You have to win a title defending them, and I'm going to prove that I am number one in Ireland. So let me have one more fight, and then I'll fight anyone in the summer in North Belfast that's game for it. And here, promoter, I'm game, 100%. But they need to start showing the money a wee bit more. I'm not obviously not a money grabber, but by the time you pay your percentages, people don't understand your camp fees and the money you borrowed during camp. Like sometimes you ask yourself, is it worthwhile? Like that last camp, the money I had to borrow and just to get things sorted. Do you know what I mean? They keep they help out at home and stuff like that. You don't see it. Like I was skint 2 3 weeks after the fight. Lucky the missus already had most of Christmas sorted, or I would have been yet again at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here too. Like
It's one of them. Obviously, I know Keith Jargo obviously shared something the other day to say about
yeah, seen that.
like fighters bring everything to the table, but they sometimes get paid the least. Like for you, I guess you have to think of these bigger goals, don't you? Like you
Yeah,
can't
you
just sit.
have to.
If you think too much on that, like you're not going to go anywhere if you're just in that negative sort of vibe. So you have to go. These sacrifices now are going to be worth it in the future. If you look at the likes of Anto, for
Yeah.
6 7 years, Anto was making buttons,
Barely not.
whereas now
Barely
he's making
probably
big money.
probably
So you
just
can't.
minimum wage. Now he's probably making enough to buy a house and sell his family, and that's every good thing takes time. You have to be a strong believer. You just can't say, "Oh, I want to fight next week and I want 100 grand." It doesn't work like that. You have to earn your stripes. We're all apprentices till you reach the elite level. We're all young apprentices learning the trade, getting paid, getting by, scraping by, and then once you're ready and you get that big fight, it's up to you to take that big fight with both hands and win it, like Anto did against Joe Cardina and change his life forever. So we all just gotta keep our 2 feet in the ground, stay humble, and whatever comes, take it, take the opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
We're
But
obviously seeing a
every
busy start to the obviously 2025. Obviously your old opponent, obviously Colm Murphy's headline and the Ulster Hall on
yeah,
BBC.
that's a
Obviously
good card.
Jay Byrne's doing obviously a show in the Devonish, obviously the week after. And then obviously there's a massive card, obviously in the SSE Arena, Crocker Donovan in just over 8 weeks' time. Like, obviously I don't want you getting in any trouble, but like when we're sort of looking at cards sort of announced
Yeah,
there, is there maybe an opportunity fighting in the SSE card?
yeah. I've heard rumors. Just there's Gerard Hughes was fighting on it. So if Eddie Hearn's looking for an opponent, or Polly McCoy's looking for an opponent, I'm here. I'll fight Gerard Hughes on the 1st of March in the SSE Arena, and I'll put things right this time around. Do you know what I mean? I've just like I believe I'm still levels above him. It's not people are saying to me, "Oh, this is not a fight you should take," but they need to understand it's a rematch fight. It's on the biggest show ever, like biggest show in Ireland. TV rights, the coverage I will get, the sponsors will get. People don't understand that side of boxing. Do you know what I mean? That's how I promote myself and my sponsors. Not sitting on fight week. Maybe obviously there's cameras on different fight week, but when you have Eddie Hearn in there, it's good for coverage. It builds a fight. It's a bigger fight. Like that fight should make sense because again, it happened on a matchroom show. It happened in the SS arena, so it's only thing to do things right in the same arena, same show, and then the best man wins. But again, I respect Jared, but I'm levels above him at the minute. Like he should have been maybe fighting 8 and 8 round there. And if the fight goes ahead, I don't know. I need to see him wait, but it'd be good to defend the Irish title. It'll give him his opportunity. Do you know what I mean? But again, it's like everything. Does he deserve it?
I think obviously if that fight could come about, obviously because Jared obviously hasn't fought obviously since obviously
Yeah,
your fight with him, so he's been out of the ring for over a year.
he's been
He
wrong
hasn't
active.
fought, he hasn't fought an 8 rounder as well, so obviously
Yeah,
it's that sort of politics. Like you could probably, if you were allowed to, you could probably defend probably your Celtic title, but then
yeah.
obviously you're then stripped of your Irish title.
Yeah, you
So
stepped your eyes. I was speaking to my manager. I was like, to make this a worthwhile fight, if it goes ahead, I'll defend my Celtic. And he says, "You're not jumping back down levels. You stay as Irish champ. You're the champ." So it's always good to have someone else there remind you that don't be jumping back down levels. Just take the fight. If the fight happens, take it, get on, win, move on. Do you know what I mean? And then defend the Irish. We just got to see what's going to happen. But like again, it's. I think it'd be the right fight for both of us. Be a good fight to get me back out, stay active on a massive platform, and another step in the right direction for me. Really, so.
like it's more probably worth more to you than a belt because obviously it's your chance. You know, it's a
Yeah,
chance for probably both these redemption because it was a draw, obviously the last time. But obviously, if the fight was to go ahead, it's worth more and about because it's that bragging rights. You've sort of had your back and forth. You know,
yeah, and
you've
there's a
been
bit of
getting
beef.
in wee
There's a bit
parts as
of
well. But like it's that redemption that you want more than anything.
yeah. I want it more than he wants it, and that's what it came down to in the first fight. That he was all cameras and all talk, where I just said that I'm coming and I'm going to make it a bloodbath and a war, and I did say that. And, like, I'm not a bad person, I don't have bad words to say about anything, but when I say I'm coming to fight, I'm coming to fight. And I do, and I believe like I outworked him. Maybe he won the first, he could have won the first and second, but I believe the later if the fight was going on, he was getting outworked, he was getting outboxed, out fought, and everything. He just couldn't get near me. Where I was landing fours and fives combinations, and he was landing ones and twos. That doesn't win fights for me, to be honest. And you seen by the end of the fight, but his face. But again, everything happens for a reason. The referee made a decision, and you have to stand with it nowadays. But hopefully, it happens, and I get to seek redemption.
So
Fingers crossed.
you're all on for it then. So obviously,
I'm
if
on. Like obviously, I'm on for it. It makes sense more to me for him. It gets me just another massive platform. Like all my last 3, 4 fights back to back, it's been on the Zone and Pro Box TV and in the Odyssey and co-main event. So for me, it's just keep staying on that right road, keep learning. get the win, and then move on to bigger and better things. And I'm happy to take it if they want to, or but it's just another step in the right direction for me if it comes ahead.
Obviously, we know that when you and Gerard were supposed to fight last summer, and obviously the fight was cancelled, obviously because he had obviously medical issues.
Yeah,
Obviously, I'm not sure as to what status that is. I believe that it has been resolved. So,
I've heard
hope,
he said to me, like, as we're saying, we're not bad people. We text each other and all, and he was saying to me that he was the all clear, and I hope he's all clear because the last time I did, I said a few silly things. Obviously, I don't think before I speak. So I mean, I'm only a month. I just said how it is, but I don't mean to. I don't mean anything bad. And I said something that I said I wanted to kill him, but in the free, I wanted to rephrase at the time, and I didn't think that like we want to punch each other in the face. So I mean, it's what we do for a living. And then like weeks later, I found out he had a like something in his brain. But imagine that fight had went on, and I actually like something had happened to him at night. I wouldn't have got to probably live with myself. The rest of them had to live with it, and probably wouldn't get the box ever again because me saying, "Oh, I want to kill him" and all that. You only say things because you're stupid. Do you know what I mean? And sorry, someone run me or Steve. And like anything could have happened to him. So I think again that was everything happened for a reason. That fight wasn't meant to go ahead, and where if it happens now. There's an opportunity there, 1st of March, to go for it. But I'm just glad it didn't get to happen then because I wouldn't have got to live with myself.
so has the fight been offered to you? You're obviously,
It's been offered. It has been sort of offered by matchroom, asked Paddy, and they all spoke together, the managers and all. And I just said yes straight away, like, because it's the fight that just needs to happen, get over me. I need to get past these rematches because it went Gerard and then Connor and then Connor and then Gerard. So I mean, I want to just maybe go past them, like not past, like just past them rematches. Do you know what I mean? Because again, it's obviously it's exciting, but it's fighting the same people back to back, like. Do you know what I mean? But just get this rematch over and done with, and it's a big summer where hopefully I get me opportunity. I've spoke to Jamie, and I've said if the fight with Gerard ever goes ahead and I get past him, is there a possibility I can hail in Gerard? And he said maybe that's the plan. So
which
I
is
just need everything.
can't look too far ahead, can you?
Just can't look too far ahead again. Just got to keep my 2 feet in the ground. Whatever comes, and whatever makes the most sense. But let's hope it beats Gerard. I've approved my end. He said yes, so it's all down to the promotion to let it happen.
Fingers crossed it obviously does happen. Like what do you obviously think of, the main event? Obviously, Crocker and Paddy Donovan, like
Yeah, it's be a hard one to call. You say like everyone's going to go like if you have Crocker knockout and then you have Donovan points. So I think Donovan is a good select boxer. He's good what he is, and then you have Crocker. He just comes forward looking to take your head of your shoulders. So it's going to be one of them ones you're going to be on the edge of your seat from round one, not knowing what happens because I can't even call a winner. Do you know what I mean? But was like, oh, I crap, and then you say, nah, like you're going Donovan, and you're like, Jesus, like who can you who do you have winning? Because I just can't. I don't know.
I,
I just
it's one of them where you weigh things up and then your left side of your brain tells you one, and your right side of your brain tells you other,
yeah.
and both sides of your brain are fighting. You're going, nah, I just can't call it. I guess the
It's
good
just
thing
it's
is boxing wins. That's the main thing.
it could end up being like the fight where Crocker and Colm were just went toe to toe for 10 rounds. Like, do you know what I mean? It could be one of them fights, or it could be one of them fights where Crocker maybe tries to box, and Donovan tries to fight. It could be a different sort of game plan for each fighter, trying to change the style up because again, there's a lot of on the line. The winner fights for the world title, so both men are coming to seek and destroy. And may the best man win. Do you know what I mean? I'll be hopefully watching. And hopefully the best man wins. It'll be an epic fight.
It'd be a nice added bonus for you if you're on the card. You obviously
Yeah, well, be
don't have to
sitting
pay for a
ringside.
ticket.
Yeah, I'll not to pay for a ticket. My man will be down chancing their arms trying to get free ones. But
is, is there any message obviously you want to give out to Gerard? Obviously, because at this stage you've agreed to the fight. Obviously, you haven't heard anything back. So, is there any
yeah,
message to
it's
him?
just I want to just say to Gerard, please, Gerard, if you're listening to this interview, stay in the fight. Let's go. 1st of March, SSE Arena. Let's go, Gerard, son.
Definitely. We're really looking. Obviously, it's great to get a catch up. Obviously, the
Thank you, Steve, for
first interview of
jumping on.
2025. Obviously, you've had a great 2024. We'll look forward. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That fight
Thank
goes
you.
fine. We'll obviously see you back in action on the 1st of March. All being well.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Everyone say your prayers. Hail Mary, Lord of Fee.
Cheers, Rudy. Take care.
Thank you, Steve.
Cheers,
Happy New
thanks.
Year.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye
Happy New
bye.
Year
Bye
to you
bye.
too. Thanks. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.